back to another video. Happy Monday, first day of the week. In today's video, we're going to be talking about turbo supercharged or whipple supercharged. Which one is really the best option for your Ram or your 5.7 Hemi? Now, I'm going to be giving you guys my own personal opinion on what I really think, though, when it comes to if you're trying to go with a turbo supercharger or trying to go with a whipple supercharger. Which one I personally think is the best route for you to go. Now, it's a lot of things to really think about when you plan on picking between these two. You know, obviously, I'm B-Roll. I'm a huge fan of the whipple supercharger over a turbo supercharger. That's just my personal opinion, but it might be different for some people. You know, some people do somehow like both. For me, honestly, I prefer like a whipple supercharger. But hope you boys and girls are having a good day. It is a good week, first day of the week. You know, you got to start the week off right. And if you're here for your first time on the channel, before we begin talking about turbos and whipple supercharger, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Support the channel, man. We're getting close. I need your support, man. Keep supporting the channel. Definitely means a lot, and I appreciate that. So now, me personally, I feel like the 5.7 Hemi or any kind of vehicle that has a Hemi, at the end of the day, when you want to pick which one is like the best, like a whipple supercharger, which one really gonna perform the best, in all honesty, my personal opinion, I think it's better for you to go with a whipple supercharger. But then, like, there's another, like, it's another thing to think about though. Now, I feel like if you plan on racing, then like a whipple supercharger would be like your best bet to go with. Now, if you plan on driving your car, maybe I wouldn't say racing with it, but you can still race with a turbo supercharger on your truck. But I would say mainly for like driving on the streets and stuff like that, then I would pick like a turbo supercharger. But when it comes to you making real power, trying to go fast, a turbo supercharger would be like the best option for you to go with for a Ram, in my personal, I mean, not a turbo supercharger, whipple supercharger for a Ram, in my personal opinion. Because whipple, like any fast Ram right now, like if you do your research, any fast Ram out there right now, 9 times out of 10 that is fast, I've seen, they all probably have a whipple supercharger. They mainly on they have some kind of supercharger, or if it's not a whipple supercharger, it's going to be like a supercharger they have, and they are making a lot of power. Now, a turbo supercharger is really like, they both, I wouldn't say work the same, but it's like, if you want to go fast instantly, a whipple supercharger is like is the way for you to go. But if you want to go fast, like you'll go fast, but like the thing about turbos too, they come with like having, you know, can have some kind of lag going on, stuff like that over time. But I just feel like if you got any kind of fast Rams out there, any guys that making real power with their truck, 9 times out of 10 they all have some kind of supercharger. They don't have no whipple supercharger, but they most definitely have, I mean, if it's not a whipple supercharger, they most definitely have some kind of supercharger on their truck, and they are going fast. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you can't make power with a turbo supercharger. You most definitely could, but I just feel like they both work kind of like the same, but I wouldn't say exact the same. But when it comes to you trying to be fast instantly, a whipple is the only way. Like, that's like the only way for me I would want to go with. Like, now, as far as a turbo supercharger, that really you could race with it still, but I just feel like it wouldn't really make your vehicle get to like that point to really be able to get to like its full potential. That's just my personal opinion. And it is a lot cheaper when you are going the route of you doing like getting like a turbo supercharger. Is a lot cheaper than a whipple supercharger. Whipple supercharger is more expensive But it's definitely worth it at the end of the day, though. Now, this is all my personal opinion. I'm not really, I'm not here to tell you to get a whipple supercharger over a turbo supercharger, but it really comes down to your needs, your personal needs on what you really want to do with your truck. And I just feel like these Rams, like they make a lot of power when you put the right amount of modification on them, and especially you add a whipple supercharger to it, and then it's tuned right, then you could really be able to see some real power. But with a turbo supercharger, you can make power with it too, but I don't know. I'm just not the kind of guy where I'm gonna want to make my truck fast and put like a turbo supercharger on there. I'm not really that kind of guy. But like I said, if your budget is, if you figure out, like, let's say you want to race with your truck, you want to go fast, and you got that in your mind, okay, I want to make this amount of power, this is what I want to do with my truck, then I would mainly tell you, like, it's better that you go with like a whipple supercharger if you plan on just strictly just getting out there, like, modding the F out of your truck and going on the track racing with it. Then a whipple supercharger would be like, okay, I think that would be like a better route for you to go, even though it's going to be expensive. But you really get what you pay for at the end of the day. Like, whipple supercharger is not something that's cheap. I'm telling you guys, like, it depends to some of these, like some of them going for at least, like, probably like the cheapest I ever seen, maybe $4 grand, $5 grand, around there. It depends though. Sometimes it depends, but you're not gonna be spending like $2 grand or $1,000 on no whipple supercharger. It's definitely gonna be way more pricier, but it's gonna be worth it. Now, a turbo supercharger, you could get yourself a kit for like probably what, $2 grand or $3 grand, somewhere around there. But you could make 1,000 to the wheels with a turbo supercharger, but it's not. I just feel like it's not really as efficient as you would have like putting like a whipple supercharger on your truck. It's not really that like efficient. But all of these things are just me, my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm wrong, but it is facts when you check the facts that most fast Ram or fast trucks out there, probably 9 times out of 10 gonna have a supercharger over a turbo supercharger. And reason being because, like I mentioned, if you want to go fast instantly, then you want to go the route of you getting a whipple supercharger. But if you want to go fast, turbo supercharger. But I haven't yet. Maybe I have. I think maybe probably in the past before, where I seen I seen a Ram that made a lot of power with a turbo supercharger. But it's not something I wouldn't say it's not something that's common, but it could be done. But everybody got their own preference, man. Everybody got their own preference when it comes to certain things. I'm not here to tell you to not buy a turbo supercharger. That's like a kit where it's like a good start for like where I'm at right now with my truck. If I want to just let's say if I really don't want to put much money into it, I could just get like a kit, like a turbo supercharger kit. Like I mentioned before, the On3 performance turbo supercharger kit, I think it was like $3,500 or somewhere around there. And from what I know, that kit is capable of making at least 1,000 to the wheels. And obviously, you do gotta do custom tune on it and stuff like that. But you really don't gotta. It's not one of the things where you have to change up a lot of stuff. You can still run stock things and still be able to make a good amount of power. The only thing I'd probably say, maybe your trans probably gonna give up on you if you plan on making that much power with a stock transmission. But this is just what I think. I don't know, but it is proven 100% that you could make a lot more power with a whipple supercharger. Why most, like, you got to think about it, why most Rams out there or most fast trucks out there, or even cars and stuff, they all have like a whipple supercharger on them. You know, it's not like turbo is not like something that you see. It's not like really that common that you see on most of these fast cars. It's mainly most fast cars will come with like a Whipple supercharger. But if you really want like your Ram, I think these trucks right here are definitely a lot more faster when they have like a Whipple supercharger on there, and when you have some good modifications on there, you could definitely make some real good power though. You can definitely make some real good power, which is something that's definitely worth it. But I don't know. You know, this is my personal opinion. I'm sharing with you guys. Maybe, you know, it might be both for you. It might not be both for you or whatever. But, you know, feel free to leave a comment down below. This is me yapping today, man. I hope you guys are having a great day, because every day is a good day for me, regardless of what is going on in life. It's a mindset you got to have, man. You got to keep your mind. Your mind is your mental. So your mind, whatever your mind think about, your body follows. So you got to understand to always try to think positive, even if you're going through some of the worst time ever. You know, always try to think positive and see the good in everything, you know. But that's going to be a wrap for this live. I'm doing this every day, so I need you guys to support. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you know, click that subscribe button. Help support your boy, man. I would definitely appreciate it. And make sure you guys stay tuned. And I'm going to be uploading later today, too. So you guys got to stay tuned. Keep supporting the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.